We're live, folks. Season 9, Episode 4 of the Chicago Blackhawks Rinkcast. How you doing? Andy Campbell here. Hope you are all doing well. We're here with Jimmy O'Malley, Sean Fitzgerald, and the Gatekeepers joining us tonight, which is really fun. How are you guys all doing? What's up? We are going to talk tonight about the Chicago Blackhawks and their 3-2 preseason loss in Detroit. Remember when it used to mean something to lose to the Detroit Red Wings? Now it's just, well, it is a preseason game, number one. And number two, not really our rival anymore. At any rate, it wasn't the prettiest looking hockey game we've ever seen, and we're going to get into it in a minute. First of all, how are you guys doing? Gatekeeper, welcome back. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm getting ready for youth hockey season, so that's why you don't see me around here much. But other than that, I'm doing well.
Folks, I got a youth hockey player too, but I'm still here, so you are still my priority. Want to make sure that that's out there. Jimmy, fresh off your trip to Florida, man. Looking good, not sunburned. How are things? Other than your shirt, you look terrific.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I feel as good as my shirt. I feel like a winner. I'm sure a lot of our Chicago fans don't really understand that. But yeah, feeling good.
What podcast are you on? Gee,
wait, didn't the Vikings lose 4 Super Bowls?
Shut up.
They never won the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, wow. You didn't win the Super Bowl. Wow. Remember 1985, guys?
Yeah, I do. I was alive.
I actually do. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy and I might be the only two who do remember.
I was negative 14
I was 2 years old, but I was alive.
I was 7. Awesome. At any rate, how you doing, Jimmy? Doing well?
Doing all right. Ready to talk some Hawks.
Yeah. Shawnee, what's new and exciting?
Went and saw Green Day this weekend at Riot Fest. If you haven't seen Green Day, I highly recommend it. They put on a great live show. Just play a ton of hits, get the audience involved. A lot of fun. So
very good. Very good. Well, cool. Well, let's talk Hawks here real quick here. Not real quick. We'll talk for a little while. Last night wasn't the best preseason game in the world. However, a few things. One, it's a preseason game. Number 2, I agree with you, Brennan. Boo Vikings. Jimmy's shirt is horrible. At the same time, a preseason game, maybe some concerns, maybe some highlights. We'll see. Sean, where are you at with this whole thing? What's your level? Are you freaking out, or are you okay? And what are you concerned about?
So I'm okay. And the reason why I'm okay is it's a new system. This is the first time they've played in, 5 months in an actual game. Jeff Blashill has beat the crap out of them for 5 days before this. Like he's had them doing bag skates basically when they mess up drills. So a lot of these guys were tired. It was, aside from Bedard, Nazar, Rinzel, Levy, and Soderblom, it's all guys either on the bubble or going to the AHL. So I wasn't overly concerned. There are some Levy is a concern on how he played yesterday, but it's just the first preseason game, so I'm not overly panicked about it.
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty decent third period. He did well. I mean, that goal, Kaiser's goal was pretty much Levshinov's work.
Yep.
In a sense, Kaiser obviously put the shot away. That was the only good thing Kaiser did all night. He was not very good. The D in itself were not very good, but to your point, they are young. But Gate, are you buying this system stuff? Oh, it's a brand new system. I mean, other than the penalty kill, which now they're trying to do an aggressive PK, which will have you running around early when you're trying to figure it out. Are you buying this whole, the systems aren't there yet?
Well, I mean, it's a whole new staff. It's going to take some time. There's going to be some adjustment to this. And when you're starting a bunch of kids, I know Detroit started a bunch of kids as well, but when you're starting a bunch of kids, like, this is what you're going to get. It's the first preseason game. Like, even the last preseason game, you shouldn't be too worried just yet. Even if they were to go undefeated in the preseason, you shouldn't be playing the Stanley Cup parade. It's just preseason. This is 6-7 months from what the final product is going to actually end up being. So let's just, take it for what it is. It's a warm-up game. It's them getting out there, getting their legs warm, getting used to playing in an actual competition that actually has a score. And that's about all it is.
Yeah, good call. I mean, doesn't count in the standings, doesn't count for much. Average age of defensemen playing last night, maybe 21 and a half average age of those playing whose names were not, Lafferty, Anderson, or what's the new guy's name? Dominic, what is his last name? I don't know. He'll be in the AHL. He's going to be easy to forget.
Toronado.
Yeah. And anyway,
whatever I said is wrong.
Toninato.
Toninato. Yeah. If you exclude those guys, average age of the forwards is 21. So very, very young crew. Jimmy, I want to lead with you with the D real quick. Let's talk about the defensemen. Red flags, anyone you go, oof, they're going to be in Rockford. Anyone that you go, okay, this is going to stick. And I mean, maybe only 2 defensemen that out of that game last night that are going to be on the NHL roster. But kick us off. Give us some thoughts on that blue line. And let's bat it around.
I think with this blue line, I think it's more just trying to figure out what the pairings are than anything else. I think the pairing of Kaiser and Levchinov just doesn't really work. We saw it last year, both in the AHL and Chicago and at the NHL level. I don't think they really have good rapport. I think something about the play style, other than Kaiser's goal, I didn't really see anything really exciting about that pairing. Mm-hmm. Guys I think are going down. I think Kevin Korchinski is not as big as I was hoping he was going to get. I think they listed him as like 198 pounds. I was really hoping he would break into the 205 range. He talked about, I think this was a Ben Pope article, but they talked about how like he did try to focus on net balancing between getting bigger and maintaining his athleticism, which I get, but at the same time, it's hard to watch him get pushed around more and more. I think he's another candidate that just needs to start another season in Rockford. Am I concerned about him? No. He spent an entire season in the NHL 2 years ago. He was an AHL All-Star last year. There's talent there. He's just got to become NHL ready. Yeah. Levchinov, I think the thing with Levchinov is the thing we like about him when he has good games is something we really did not like about him last night. He takes risks. Like, he's really big on the risks. I don't remember which game it was, but like, do you remember last year it was on the power play? He made a diving play, keeping the puck in the zone, got Donato, and it was a goal, and everyone went, holy crap, what a play by Levchinov. Like, I think that was – he had a similar play in the game last night where he kept a puck in, tried to keep a puck in during the power play. It led to basically a breakaway on the –
It was pretty glaring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Levchinov, it's always fun to see him make this spectacular, but they need the consistent out of him. And it just isn't quite there yet. Or was it last night?
It's more just like, hey, you gotta know when the risk is worth it. Or when like it's a good risk. And that's what Levchinov's game has always been. I saw it in Rockford last year. We saw him when he was at the Blackhawks. He loves to try. He loves to like really go for the home run play. But sometimes it's like, hey, like you're not going to get this puck. You got to get back so you don't have an on-man rush. You're on the power play. They're going to ice it down, just reset. I'm not overly concerned. I still think he's a opening day roster guy. I think this is just more growing pains, but I feel like I've talked a lot about the negatives. Let's get to the positives. I think 2 defensemen I really was impressed with. Ethan Del Mastro and Sam Renzel. I was really impressed with both.
Wow, I was impressed. I was impressed with one of them. So this will be a fun conversation.
Yeah, I thought Mastro had really good spurts. I think his athleticism is showing up. I think he's showing himself to be a very physical-minded defensive defenseman, and it's finding spurts. I thought Del Mastro wasn't horrible. I thought he showed his worth. And then Sam Renzel, obviously, fantastic game last night on that power play goal with Bedard. It was basically him and Bedard playing just pass and just getting defenders, going back and forth that set up Bedard. And Renzel was just everywhere. Renzel very obviously got bigger in the offseason, and he looks NHL ready. I think he's a lock to start. I think almost same with Del Mastro. I think he's really shown some value.
Really?
Last night. I was impressed with Del Mastro. I didn't think he had a bad game.
Yeah, I didn't, Shawnee, Jeff, chime in anytime here.
I didn't think Del Mastro had a good game. I thought he was out of position a lot. He just didn't look right last night. And I know a lot of people were saying, or Pat Boyle and Charlie Romeliotis on the Blackhawks Breakaway podcast were saying that he looked out of sorts too. He was a -1. The only defenseman that wasn't a -1 was Louis Crevier, who Crevier, Crevier, who probably, mind you, will start in the NHL as the 7th, 8th defenseman because he has to clear waivers to go down to the Rockford, and they might not want to lose him that way. But yeah, Del Mastro, I think, based on last night's performance, I think he needs to go down. And I think Matt Grzelcyk might be inking a actual contract sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think that, well, it's interesting. I'm not ready to declare Del Mastro's fate just yet on whether he stays up or goes down. I actually think he's the defenseman that you need to see the most of in the preseason. I mean, I think they need to keep throwing him out there. He was okay last night. He was paired with the Blackhawks' best defenseman. That certainly helps. I didn't think he had a dismal game. I didn't like him chasing the forward behind the net and leaving the guy right out in front on the game-winning goal. He seemed a little bit a step behind the play. Is that systems, as Blashill is claiming that it is, and why they were chasing the puck all night? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I think you need to keep putting him out there and keep partnering him with someone decent to see if he can do this on the left side. Otherwise, like you said, Shawnee, Matt Grzelcyk, I think the PTO for Matt Grzelcyk, by the way, is a great idea. That much was clear last night. I mean, they need to see if he can earn a spot. Anyway, what do you think, Jeff? What do you think, Gabe? EM and others.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing top pairing minutes. He was their second leading minute, time on ice, right behind Rinzel, which he was playing with. So he was getting some heavy minutes, and really they started off well. They started out shooting Detroit, and then Detroit just came on like fire and just crushed them the rest of the night. Crushed the Blackhawks overall the rest of the night. So again, you're playing with kids. I don't know. You got to put him back out there. You got to see what you got in the guy. You've invested so much time in this guy. With him playing in Rockford and stuff, and you've been trying to develop him into an NHL ready defenseman. You got to just keep throwing him out there. And if he doesn't end up being an NHL ready defenseman, then you move on from him. But I agree with you in the fact that just keep throwing him out there.
Yeah.
Throw him out there against hard competition because he's going to see hard competition all season long if he plays in the NHL. And if he ends up back in the AHL, well, then that is what it is. But throw him back out there and see what he does. I'm not down on him and I'm not up on him. He was just there. He was a guy that was there, and he made some mistakes, sure, but everyone's going to make mistakes because your first preseason game of the year. I mean, watch what happens in the NFL when you play a preseason game. Everyone makes mistakes in the first preseason game. So
even the announcers make mistakes. Our guy Darren Pang kept saying Jack Pridham was going to BU.
I know. Yeah. Panger was way off last night. He was rusty.
Yeah, so you're not going to cut Panger, right? So
right. Panger's not getting cut. No.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
I honestly I'm sorry, I'm gonna go here, but I think I don't know. I think one of the things holding Del Mastro back is Kaiser, and the fact that Kaiser's considered a lock when you're going to see Wyatt Kaiser on the ice for a lot of goals against this year, folks. I don't know, but Kaiser will be with the team this year. I think he's probably the only one. He and Vlasic are the only two on the left side right now that are saying, okay, these guys are going to start the season with the team. And we still don't know on the left side, like a guy like who didn't we see last night? Nolan Allen, we didn't see. Left-handed shot. Tage Harding, he's not going to make the team. Korchinski will be in Rockford. Dmitry Kuzmin won't be around.
He'll be in Rockford.
Yeah. So, I mean, Nolan Allen, we still haven't seen yet. But I don't know. It should be really interesting. I'm so curious to see who they're going to pair Grzelcyk with, how that's going to work. Who are they going to try to get him on the ice with when the forwards are out there? Should be interesting. So
yeah, and you're probably not going to see Del Mastro against the toughest competition. You're going to see like Vlasic against, So
right.
Yeah,
it's going to be different.
Pairing left-handed defenseman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see with the D. I mean, Arvid Soderblom certainly.
He was the best. He was the best player on the ice.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was great. I mean, if he stays healthy, he seems like a great number 2 right now.
Yep. And then they locked in with those 2 guys for a while, and
right. And he proved that last year. He was one of the few Hawks that had a really good season. Now, up front, I mean, there were a lot of names last night that were not in the lineup that are going to be on the team. Nick Foligno, Ryan Donato, Jason Dickinson. Andre Burakovsky did not play last night. Neither did Bertuzzi. So you can almost make the argument. I mean, there was less NHL talent other than, Bedard and a few others.
Teravainen wasn't out there.
Teravainen wasn't out there.
Really improved his skating. Honestly, it looks him and Oliver Moore must have spent some time in the offseason skating together because they almost skate the exact same way with how just fast they are on the ice. And also, like, the thing we've been complaining about with Bedard for as long as he's been in the league is, wow, he's finally shooting. Like, he's not just giving the puck away. Like, when he shot, when he made that goal in the power play in the first period, I was like, holy crap, he shot the puck. I'm like, usually I'm waiting for him to, like, give it off to another player.
Yeah.
And it was a very quick snipe. It was very impressive. So good things to take away with Bedard. Other than Bedard, it didn't really feel like any forward really stuck out and played extremely well.
Nazar had a quiet night.
Nazar was quiet. Moore looked fast. He wasn't out of position often. But I think he probably can make the opening night roster, but I wouldn't be overly shocked if he's spent a couple weeks in Rock Vegas.
I would love them to do with more, or at least think about doing with more what they did with Nazar and put him in a position to score. Yeah. And maybe have him start in Rockford for a little bit and pump in and find a scoring touch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because his 11 games, did he pop one? He hasn't scored his first.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, and so I mean, he can definitely burn. I mean, he's an unbelievable skater, but if he could find that scoring touch, that would certainly be helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, I mean, I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
One other thing about Bedard that Jimmy didn't touch on: his face-off percentage. He was really good in the dot last night.
He was great in the dot last night,
so was Nazar. Nazar was pretty good.
They both did really well in the dot,
which is an improvement over years past, where Bedard was basically just you knew he was going to lose the face-off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and they said, and they emphasized it on podcasts and such, that he shortened his stick a little bit. Mm-hmm. They say that could be to get his shot off quicker, but it might also help him with face-offs. So
that's good.
Gotcha. Yeah, he was definitely good on the face-off. I will say the 2 guys on his line, Colton Dock and Lucas Reichel, missed an opportunity.
Oh yeah,
missed an opportunity.
I was about to transition. The forwards I was really not impressed with were his line mates. Dock's not a first liner. Obviously, I think this was just
he's a muck it up 3rd or 4th line guy who can throw the body.
And then Reichel, as you know.
Oh my God, Reichel's whole life is missed opportunities. Sorry.
Oddly enough,
sorry, that's hardcore, but like,
if you're not aware, I mean, the Rinkcast just
public
enemy number 1.
Well, I was just gonna go off brand here. I was gonna go totally off brand here because statistically, like advanced stats wise, Lucas Reichel was one of the best players out on the ice for the Blackhawks.
What stat?
Corsi and Fenwick, the possession stats.
Yeah,
but part of that has to do with
that he was on had the same Corsi for percentage, but that's just
that's because they were all on the ice together. That's what it was. But statistically, he was okay. I didn't see anything great out of him, but if you look at just the stat sheet and all the defenders out there are going to go off of that, and they're going to say, you put him out there with Connor Bedard, and look what he's going to do.
I mean, did he have
the Reichel apologist dream last night? And
this is not an advanced stat, but did he have a shot on goal?
Hold on,
yes, he did. Yes,
he did. Okay, all right, good. At least one.
He had one.
Yeah, my money's on that being from the perimeter, but I'm sure. Just guessing.
Yeah.
Based on Corsi for percentage, that first line was the 3rd most efficient line for the Blackhawks.
Yeah. I mean, Aiden Thompson, he seems like Rockford bound. I mean, he was so. I did think Ryan Green had a decent game.
Yeah, he was. I mean, that Lafferty, Green, Anderson line was, based on Corsi for percentage, the most effective line.
Right.
But that being said, that's the fourth line. They're on the ice together for natural stat trick says 6 minutes. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Green, I almost want to say Green has less of an argument to start the year in the NHL than like a guy like Oliver Moore, but I wouldn't be overly shocked if they gave him a start in the NHL this year.
Yeah, that's one of those I'm fine either way kind of scenarios. Yeah. I mean, Green's going to be in the NHL. I think he's going to be on the Hawks at some point this year. Mm-hmm. It might not be to start, but I actually like that they put him with players that are kind of third and fourth line guys, because that's what he'll be. And just identifying that as his role long term, I think, is important. Yeah, he wasn't spectacular. I mean, Gate, do you have his face-off percentage in front of you by any chance? Curious how he did in the dot.
Who, Green?
Yeah. He was good on the PK.
He was 40% face-off.
Not the best. Yeah.
But yeah, I think him and Oliver Moore should go to Rockford, tear it up, and then come up later in the year and just let Lafferty and whoever else, Landon Slaggert and those guys, fill out the bottom pairing roles or the bottom line until those guys are ready to take over.
Yeah. You know, most of the guys, I'm looking at the face-off stats, most of the guys did pretty well. Lafferty won 2, 100% victory in 4 face-offs. Moore won 3 in 10 face-offs. Bedard won 7.
Yeah, he was really good at that.
Yeah, Green got 3 out of 6. Nazar, he didn't do too well. He only won 2 out of 5. And then other guys, Aiden Thompson lost the one, only one he had. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. Lucas Reichel lost all 3 that he had. He's a winger, so I'm not gonna
but if you look at the names of the guys who they were taking faceoffs against, it's a lot of guys that you're not going to see in the regular season. So you got to take that into account as well.
Wait, what are you talking about? You're telling me I'm not going to see Emmett Finney right up there with Gabriel Seeger? What are you talking about?
Grand Rapids Griffins, baby.
Grand Rapids, baby. Sheldon Dries. You're telling me I'm not going to see Sheldon Dries out there?
Exactly.
Locking it up?
Yeah. So you got to take it with a grain of salt when you look at how good they did in the faceoff circuit. Let's see them taking faceoffs against actual NHL players. Then we can start, proclaiming some success here.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Who are you excited to see the most this weekend? I mean, I'm very curious to see Andrei Burakovsky, just to see him in a Blackhawk uniform, to see what he brings. I really hope they try him with Bedard. It almost seems likely, logical, to see what they can get going there. Other than that, everyone wants to see Lardis. There will be some familiar faces out there. You're going to see Foligno. You're going to see Ryan Donato. You're going to see some other guys. I'm curious about Paul Ludwinski. What else you guys got? Who else are you curious about seeing?
I just want to see more, seasoned defensemen out there. Like, I want to see Vlasic and Murphy out there with these guys so that these young guys just have older, more experienced players to bounce off of.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, like Kaiser and Lev Shanov, I'm like, man, I wish Lev Shanov had someone that's just smarter out there with him that just can help him when he takes risks. I'd love to see, Murphy with, Korchinski, so Korchinski can just not be with like Crevier. And Crevier did great, but it's like, I'd rather see him with a veteran so he can feel like comfortable with a veteran behind him. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Jason Dickinson healthy.
Yeah.
Jason Dickinson healthy on the ice with Slaggert and whoever else that grind line, that shutdown line that Blashill thinks they could be. I want to see those guys.
Oh, I do want to see Slags too. I always like this play.
Interesting. Well, I don't think we'll see very many wins this year, and that's not a freak out moment. I still think that this is, we got ways to go with this group. It's going to be a long road ahead. I do think that they'll be better. We hope that they'll be better. God, they have
McKenna, baby. Let's go.
God. Oh man.
See him on stage with that Blackhawk sweater is going to be sweet.
Yep. Could very well be a lottery pick. And, Ray, when we were all DMing today, Ray brought up a good point. I mean, the defense is one injury away from having some real issues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'd be Swiss cheese. So, and that you can also, so you need to assume Connor Murphy's going to go down at some point. It's going to happen.
He's not been healthy his entirety of his time in Chicago.
But if anyone not named Connor Murphy goes down, it's almost a bigger issue. It's almost like if Murphy goes down, it's like, okay, good. Now we can figure this out because we've been talking about this, because he's not going to play a full season. But the injury,
he's going to probably get traded at the deadline. It's his last year of his contract. I don't see him finishing the year as a Blackhawk.
Has Connor Murphy ever been in the playoffs?
No. He's never played in the playoffs.
And how many years has he played in the NHL?
Well, if you count the COVID playoffs.
We're not counting that crap.
We don't count that.
What are you talking about? We destroyed the Edmonton.
It was a play-in round. Like, that doesn't count.
All right.
That does not count.
That crap.
No way.
I wouldn't watch it out.
We got gentlemen swept by the Vegas Golden Knights. We won one game. Trade for Seth Jones now.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Housley played in the NHL for 17 years and was in the playoffs twice. Two or three times, and he only went past the first round. Never made it past the second round. Hall of Fame career. Now,
what about Shane Doan? Didn't Shane Doan spend how many years in Arizona?
Made it to the conference final once.
2012, man.
Against beat the Hawks in the semis.
Yeah, and then they lost to the Kings. So, But Connor Murphy, let's take a look here while we're live. Connor Murphy has been in the NHL. He's played
9 seasons.
Yeah, 9 seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seasons. Yeah. And I guess you could say 11 full seasons. No playoffs.
Well, that all this being said, and bringing it back around again, this would make more sense why they would try to keep Grzelcyk around.
Absolutely.
Because if Connor Murphy goes down, your only defenseman who really has some experience is Vlasic.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have Vlasic and 5 other guys who have no experience out there, because it will be
ugly.
It will be, it won't be good. That's for sure.
I would put Matt Grzelcyk signing with the Blackhawks chances right now at about 85%.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, Korchinski's not ready. He's going to be in Rockford. That I don't see a world where Korchinski makes the team. EDM, he might. Mastro might make it, but then you've got Vlasic on the left side, and then your only other options are Kaiser and Allen. I guess a lot will depend on Allen to see how he looks. But
because the defensive depth at Rockford isn't like last year. Was all the prospects were there, so if a defenseman got hurt, you could call one of them up. Now they're all here, and there's nobody down there.
What are you talking about? We got Kevin Fitzgerald. He just signed a 2-year deal.
Did you, as Eric said, Jimmy can't not talk about Brett Sini or Kevin Fitzgerald.
My boy, Kevin Fitzgerald.
Oh my God,
2-year contract.
Yeah. No, but even if you do give Grzelcyk a contract, I mean, and you want to play the kids, he could be a 7 or 8 some nights and just sit in the press box. If some of the young guys need to play.
All this nonsense with he's going to hold anybody back is just
no. That's crap.
You have to have an insurance policy. You have to have some. You have to have
at
some
the end
kind
of his PTO. They're going to sit him down back. Hey, we're going to give you a contract through the rest of the year, and if you want to go to a playoff team at the deadline, we'll probably oblige, because by that point, guys will probably be ready.
What defenseman other than Sam Rinzel, if Levshinov is not with the team to start the season, is going to move the puck? That's it. Grzelcyk. Yeah, Vlasic, sure, but Vlasic's role over time is going to evolve and be different. I mean, he's a big body. He's going to take a lot of angles. He's got good gaps. He's going to be physical. Is he going to be, the skating, break out the puck on your own type guy that Grzelcyk can be? He's still a good skater. I don't know. Time will tell.
I don't want to be this guy, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but the people out there will tell you Wyatt Kaiser.
They're wrong.
I agree with you.
Wrong.
That's what they're going to say. I mean,
it's
with all the nonsense I've seen flying around the internet about how Wyatt Kaiser's the next this, that, and the other thing. Like, that's where people are going to go. He's proven that he's an NHL guy. He's proven this. He's proven that. and he's not really proven anything. But that's
the
what they're
same
going to tell
people
you.
said Wyatt Kalynuk was the same guy. Or, like, is it the name Wyatt? I don't understand.
I don't know. And then
get it.
When he scored last night, I kind of winced and went, great. Now everyone's going to think he's the guy. When he had, I mean, yeah, sure, it was a great shot, but I mean, that was the only time he wasn't running around in his own zone all night.
You know who also scored goals and was running around in his own zone a lot? Eric Gustafsson.
Yep. Gus Bus.
And that guy was maddening to watch play for your team. He would run around in his own end like an idiot chicken with his head cut off, but he'd go down the other end and he'd score a goal and get an assist. And then everyone would be like, what? He deserves to get a Norris trophy. It's like, come on, man.
I mean,
really?
Folks,
They sent him down for a whole season when they had better defensemen. They only brought him back up because they didn't have anybody else.
I mean, it's pretty simple. If Wyatt Kaiser was a top 4 defenseman in the NHL, his most current contract wouldn't be $1.7 million per for 2 years. Just wouldn't be.
No.
Maybe he'll get
Nicholas Baudin. He's coming back.
Oh, sweet. Bring him.
I mean,
yeah, we'll bring him in from the
against
D.
Blackhawks legend Ian Mitchell last night.
He almost scored.
Former Boston Bruin great and top 6 Blackhawks defenseman right out of the University of Denver.
Yep.
Shout out to Aaron Goldschmidt. He was a big Ian Mitchell guy.
Yeah. A lot of people were big Ian Mitchell guys until he started playing.
Yeah.
Remember when they were worried remember when all the fans were worried that he wasn't going to sign and they were all up in arms? He's going to go back into free agency. He's not going to sign. Oh my God, it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like somebody, Gate, you called him out. Some guy put top Blackhawks prospect Dominic James signed with Tampa Bay. What are you talking about?
High end. They said high end prospect. I'm like, Dominic James is not a high end prospect. He's a former 6th round draft pick. Like, you may never see him in the NHL. So knock it off.
Yeah. Here's a question. We'll turn back the clock. Brennan, thanks for your question. How do you guys feel about Taves in Winnipeg? Rooting for him. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch the game last night.
He played 18 minutes.
Did he really? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love the idea that he's playing in another uniform, but after the game, saw his interview, and he said, "I'm just so glad to be playing hockey again." So it'd be awesome if Winnipeg's really good and Jonathan Taves is part of that. That would be exciting.
I'm rooting for 1,000 career points for that guy. I think he has like 110 left. That's probably going to require a couple of seasons, but he seems like the kind of guy that like he needs.
That's going to require probably 3 seasons.
Probably, but like if he can get like 35, 40 points a season for 3 years, if he stays healthy, I'd love to see it.
I don't want it to go like 5 games and then he can't do it anymore and he retires.
That would be very sad.
I don't
that was
want
the Corey Crawford thing.
Yeah.
I think he'd figure that out by the end of the
Devils.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he played 18 minutes last night. How did Winnipeg do? Does anyone know who he was playing with?
Winnipeg's a pretty good team. Like
they're
pretty good. They were good last year and they're going to be probably good this year. So like he's got a chance to, do some stuff. But let's be honest here. We all thought that he was going to probably end his career in Winnipeg one way or the other.
Sure.
Originally, before he got hurt and all the other stuff happened and he had that stuff. So it's like, is it a big surprise that he's there? No, not at all. And
not at all.
Like, good for him that he's back and he's playing again. I hope he does well, but like, he wasn't going to do anything in Chicago. He just wasn't. He wasn't going to be part of a rebuild. Like,
oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm certainly
they didn't want to be. And the kids felt the pressure of playing with their childhood heroes. They didn't want that. So
no, I'm certainly not salty that he's not in Chicago anymore. I mean,
I love Jonathan Taves. He's one of my favorite players from the Cup era. Like right behind Brent Seabrook. He's probably number 2. And
I'd actually feel awful for him if he was in Chicago right now.
Yeah, me too.
Same with Kane. We've gone over this 1,000 times.
Yeah, we have. And I mean, with Kane, Kane in Detroit, Kane is 8 goals away from 500. He's also this season, I think it's possible that he becomes the highest scoring American-born. Yes, Brett Hull was born in Canada. American-born point scoring player. Scorer.
Surpassing Mike Modano.
Mike Modano. He could pass Mike Modano this year. That's also realistic. And maybe that's why Kane is still playing. I mean, he might not have a fit anywhere on a cup contender because he's not really top 6 and he's not really bottom 6 in the dog days of the playoffs. So,
no, he's a power play specialist. That's all he is these days.
Yeah, but I'd love to see him break Madonna's record.
Mhm.
That would be awesome. And I'm sure someone will bring up Brett Hall. I said American born. Yeah, Brett Hall was we've talked about this before. We talked about the Lane Hudson thing. Just crazy that Brett Hall had an 86 goal season and Team Canada said no thanks for the Canada Cup. That's wild. So anyway, any other thoughts, guys? Anything to keep an eye on? I mean, they probably won't get bag skated that much this week, or I hope not.
No, it's really interesting that they had like 2 preseason games in like 2 weeks. Like I think when I was listening to the Breakaway podcast earlier, they were saying that's kind of rare, so we might not see more of the junior kids. Like I think AJ Spellecy's still with the team, so I'm assuming we're going to see him on Saturday, and then he'll probably be shipped out to Ontario or to the Windsor, to the Spitfire, and then whoever else of that ilk will probably be shipped out pretty soon.
Some are already shipped out, right? I think Van
what's up?
Acker.
Yeah,
They were 4 today.
2 that played last night. Yeah, and
Van
they knew
Acker
that.
and Pridham were sent out. I think
They knew that it was Van Acker, Pridham, Nathan
Ben.
Forward. Yeah, he was shipped out, and then there was one other guy.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and they were told that before the game yesterday. Like, you're playing tonight, and then you're going to go back.
Yeah, two of them brought their bags with them.
Yeah, come have a taste, and then out.
Quite
So I am really curious too to see this weekend who they play Nick Lardis with. Like, are they believing that this could be a fit where they put him, on someone's wing? I mean, he is going to have a lights out preseason to not be starting in Rockford.
I am excited to see that shot unleashed, though. Like, we've only seen like clips of it. I'm just waiting for him to set up in the dot on like a power play. Somebody just feed him and let it rip.
I mean, if he can find space at this level, it's his shot is the real deal.
Yeah, a lot of people keep saying he'd be a great line mate for Bedard, but I'm like, he seems like the perfect line mate for Nazar on that second line, if he's a second line winger.
Yeah.
Do you really want him out there against the best competition? Like,
no,
Bedard's going to start just about every game against the best line the other team has.
Not at like 19, 20 years old. Absolutely not.
No. Do you want a guy who's just starting his rookie year? You don't want who's basically he's not a defensive player. He's more of an offensive player. Do you want him playing against the best wing on the other team? You don't.
Mm-hmm.
No, need Burakovsky to win some pucks for Bedard this year. This 6'3", 208 pounds or whatever he is. It's a big dude.
Well, I know you guys all have your guys you want to see, but I'm going to be on brand for me. The goalies, man, the Brezhnev, like he's looked good in the preseason. I'd like to see him play, against some meaningful minutes and see what he can do. And of course, Spencer Knight. I'm a big Spencer Knight stan, so I want to see Spencer Knight out there. We kind of knew what we were going to get out of Soderblom, and Spencer Knight. We saw some good, we saw some bad last year. Now he's got this contract thing, is off of his back now. Now he can go out there and he can relax a little bit, and I want to see what Spencer Knight can do. So those two, Brezhnev and Spencer Knight, I'd like to see what they do against some competition here in the preseason.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll give Comesso the cage to start one of the games too.
I was just thinking that because I want to see if he's going to build off how he ended last season, because he was really good to end last season. And Gade, your Brezhnev or whatever doesn't know a lick of English.
Yeah,
a lick of English. So
you're in net by yourself. You don't need to know a whole lot of English. So you're all by yourself, talking to yourself in your own head. So I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Speaking of Russian goalie prospects of the Blackhawks, has anyone kept up with Ilya Konarski? He was a 7th round pick this year. He's off to a flying start in Russia.
Well, speaking, go ahead.
All right. I was going to say, like, back in early September, he had like 36 saves and a 2-1 win. like 19 years old. And I think he's in the VHL. I don't think he's in the KHL quite yet. So he's in the KHL's version of the AHL. He's looked real solid. But I thought that would be some fun goalie news for our goalie friends out there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a while before you hear or see anything about that guy, probably. But speaking of KHL, Kanserov over in the KHL.
Yeah, he's lighting it up.
Mm-hmm.
And next year's the first year he's eligible to come over, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what his contract situation is.
This is the last year of his contract.
Yeah, and I think they want to sign him and bring him over.
Good.
I think that's the plan.
That would be nice.
Are we allowed to give our hot takes for the upcoming season yet? Because I have one.
I think it'd be great. Start us off, Jimmy.
Roman Kanserov is going to pull an Ivan Demidov, and we're going to see him in the NHL at the end of this season.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. I think he's going to get his way out. I think. I mean, I just saw this tweet today. In 6 games, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. His team is 4-0-2. Like he's nuts.
All right, who else has a hot take? Gate, you got one?
Honestly, I think things are going to go as we expected. I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot that's going to be that unusual out there. I mean, everyone's high on Sam Renzel, and I am too. I like Sam Renzel, and I know you do.
Yep.
So I think he's going to have a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
I even put a little money on him getting on him winning the Calder, even though he probably won't.
Yeah, he probably won't, but that is definitely worth betting on.
Yeah, I'll take the $5 bet on that to win a little bit. Other than that, I really don't have anything. Sean, you got anything?
Is anyone going to remember Anton Frundell? I mean, legitimately, like we haven't talked about him in weeks, like because he's playing over in Sweden, and
is
they
that
haven't started yet.
So
that sick assist a couple days ago. He looked real good in that one.
So what's your hot take? That he's good?
No. All
right. Hot take is that Sean can actually pronounce his name.
Yeah.
No, my hot take is we will see Drew Comesso in the NHL for a stretch of 10 to 15 games this season.
Ooh, that's a real hot take.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know how hot this take is. It's maybe warm because I think a lot of people could see it happening. But Lucas Reichel will be out of Chicago by the holidays. He'll be dealt.
Really?
He'll be gone.
Little Murphy Reichel package, maybe.
Possibly. I actually think if Oliver Moore and Ryan Green and some of those over their forwards that we talked about, if they do get a little marinating down in Rockford, I think Moore and Green are NHL players, and somebody's got to go. And I think that the most attractive trade trip that they will have at that time of the season is Lucas Reichel.
Yeah. And he's walking contract, right?
What's that?
It's the last year of his contract, right?
It's the last year of his contract. Someone might be interested in him as a reclamation project, and it's time to face facts that it's not working here.
Ooh. What about this hot take that just came in through the comments?
Ooh, what do we
Even
got?
hotter than yours.
Ooh, I love it. I am stoked.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I am Skokes or Skocks or Socks. I like it. I like this guy. I want to be friends.
Yeah. For our audio listeners, his hot take was Reichel will be moved before game 1.
Correct. That would be swell. Sorry, Lucas. I don't dislike you. I just don't think you fit.
I dislike you on this team.
I just think
if they waived him, nobody's going to claim him.
Yeah.
If they waive him, nobody's going to claim him because then they got to keep him in the NHL all year. So it's probably going to be like an AHL trade. I think a lot of guys are going to, or a lot of teams are going to realize that there are parts that they have that aren't fitting. There's something that they're looking for. And maybe they say, hey, this is a kid that with a fresh start could add something. First round pick, talented guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just going to look at that speed and be like, well, I need some speed in my bottom 6 and just take the risk.
Yeah. Right.
It's going to be one of those here. You take my guy who hasn't worked out and I'll take your guy who hasn't worked out, and they'll trade off.
Right. Who's that guy? Who's that guy in Columbus who's on the trading block right now, or that everyone's talking about trading?
Oh, you need a lot more than just Reichel for him.
Well, no, and it's not just him. There's another one.
It's Igor Chignak.
Yeah. He's the one that's been talked
I'd
about.
actually like to see him on the Blackhawks. That would be cool to see to bring him in because he's got some high end talent. And while he hasn't really, he's been injured a lot and stuff. Like he's got some high end talent, and I think he could slip in to the lineup and provides a little more offense for this team. So
to your point, though, Jimmy, that would probably take a little bit more than Reichel, but not a whole lot more.
Igor Chinakov, that's his name.
They have to be like Reichel and third and fifth.
We have bushels of draft picks, so let's start trading some of them. They can't keep all these guys to the draft.
Yeah, I mean, now's the time when you do that. You start unloading some of those draft picks that you've acquired for current assets. For a team that's going to want something down the road. I mean, this is the perfect time to start unloading some of them and taking some chances on some guys, bringing them in.
Yeah, but if Oliver Moore, Ryan Green, we talk about some of those guys, maybe even Nick Lardis, who knows? I'm saying maybe, big maybe. If they're doing well in Rockford, you can't keep them down there for too long if it means you're still trying to make Lucas Reichel work. That's what I'm saying. It ain't working. Yeah, cool. All right, fellas. Well, good stuff. We'll have a lot more to talk about next week. I assume that this time next week there'll be another round of cuts.
Yep, and there's 2 games, Saturday and Sunday.
So tune in.
Give me 2.
Yeah, give me 2. And next week, Jimmy will have a different shirt. And
a different Viking shirt.
We'll appreciate him a little bit more.
I'll just go through my entire roster of Vikings gear throughout the entire season.
Yeah. So
have you ever even lived in Minnesota?
No, don't need to.
What is your allegiance to the Vikings? How did that?
My father.
Oh, okay.
Liking the Vikings.
That tracks.
Did he ever live in Minnesota?
He did not. He was about 8 years old when the Vikings were brought into the league, and he fell in love with them right away.
Yeah, it's all right. Sean wore a Utah Hockey Club hat the day after they played the Blackhawks. That was weird.
I'm a Kraken fan, so
yeah. If I would have wore a Kraken hat, it would have been fine. But I wore a Utah Hockey Club hat.
Yeah. No, now you got an A's hat on.
But you could wear the A's hat every night. Love that. That is classic.
Andy and I love the classic A's hat.
Sacramento A's.
And I love Moneyball, so an A's hat is always good.
This is a process.
All right, fellas. Well, thanks for joining. All you listeners out there, thank you very much. Brendan, thanks for your questions. I am Skooks. Thank you for your questions as well, or Skocks. Whatever. But yeah, awesome stuff. Go Hacks. We'll have more for you next week. All righty. Have a good night, everybody.